cold email is a waste of time if you're not using this platform. In today's video, I'm sharing a proven framework that can triple your response rates, specifically powered by Mailbutler's smart features and its template automations. I'll show you a simple, proven framework for creating personalized outreach that actually gets results and even gets people to even open your mail in the first place. You'll be learning the ideal email length, what to include and what to avoid, how to craft subject lines that get opened, and how to properly follow up without being annoying. By the end, you'll have a complete system for writing cold emails, tracking your results, and improving your approach over time. So without further ado, let's get into it. Cold email is seriously one of the most effective ways to reach new clients, partners, or opportunities when done correctly. The key phrase here, though, is when done correctly. Most cold emails fail because they follow outdated approaches and are focused on the sender's needs rather than the recipient's interests. Today's professionals receive an average of 121 emails daily, meaning that your messages compete with dozens of others for limited amount of attention. The most successful cold emails share three critical elements. They're hyper-personalized to the specific recipient, they lead with genuine value rather than requests, and they're remarkably concise, ideally between 50 to 125 words. This is where Mailbutler becomes super invaluable. It gives you powerful tools to research contracts, create personalized templates, track engagement, and optimize your timing. Using these features strategically really transforms your cold outreach from just random attempts to a systematic approach with measurable results. Now, the first big consideration with cold emails, though, is that the best cold emails won't get 100% response rates. A good benchmark is an 8 to 15% reply rate, which is about 2 to 3 times higher than the average. The second is timing matters significantly. Sending emails Tuesday through Thursday morning often yields better results than Mondays or Fridays. And the third of this is follow-ups are essential, but they require balance. About 50% of responses come after the first follow-up that you make, but sending more than 3 can really damage your reputation and make you just seem kind of spammy. The fourth consideration here is you can use something like Mailbutler's tracking features that lets you see when and where people are opening your emails. But remember, this information should guide your approach, not make you anxious about immediate responses. And of course, finally, personalization takes some time here. Expect to spend 3 to 5 minutes researching each important prospect if you want truly impressive results. The good news here, though, is that Mailbutler's templates and tools can automate much of the process while still maintaining that crucial personal touch that you want to add. With that out of the way, let's now get into how to actually write a cold email in the first place. If you want to get started with Mailbutler and follow along in this tutorial, make sure you use the link down in the description to get started with the platform. You can get started completely for free for your first 14 days, and you don't have to worry about paying anything. When you guys click that link down in the description, you should be brought to a page that looks something like this. As you can see, we can get started with them completely for free by clicking this blue Start for Free button. Once we click on that button, it will then take us to this page where we choose which of these email applications that we're using. Are we using Apple, Outlook Web, Outlook Application, or Gmail? Now, for this video, I'm going to be showing the Chrome extension, which is going to be the Gmail variant of Mailbutler. But if you use any of these other applications, this works the exact same for any of these, so don't get too worried if you get confused. But we'll head over to the Gmail tab, hit the next part of the step here, and click on the Go to Chrome Web Store to actually install this extension onto our website. Once we've gone about doing that, we then can move over to our Gmail inbox and start writing our first cold email. Now, inside of our Gmail account here, you're going to want to activate the Mailbutler extension by heading over to right side taskbar here, clicking on Mailbutler for Gmail, and then following the simple setup guide that will get you started with Mailbutler. Once all of this is good to go and set up, you should see something that looks a little bit like this, with a couple of tabs up here that you can click through, as well as the home page where we can see any of the important details that we need to see about our emails. Now, the next step here is actually getting started with writing our cold email. We'll click on this little pencil icon here, or the compose button, which will open up a new message tab here, which we can start generating our email. Now, the first thing here is I'm going to type in my prospect's username. For this example, I'm just going to use my own personal email, and the subject here is where we're going to start next. Now, a subject line is like the gateway to getting your email open. The most effective subject lines are short. We're talking 4 to 7 words max. They're also going to be very personalized and create curiosity without feeling like complete clickbait. You could use Mailbutler's templates feature to save your best performing subject line formats if you find one that works consistently. All you have to do is open Mailbutler in your email client, click templates, and then create a new category called the subject lines. In that category, you can add templates like quick question about blank company's current project, which is a thing that you can insert, or mutual connection, another thing you can insert, suggested I reach out. Now, as you can see here, if I want to add those templates, I'll simply click on this little templates button here, which will then pop up a few examples that I can use here. I can also manage my templates by clicking on the manage templates button. I'm going to go ahead and go with this cold email button. I'll click on the cold email button, and as you can see, it is immediately loaded in a perfect cold email template that I can start messing around with and plugging in my own information for. And just like I said before, if you want to add your own cold email templates, you simply click on the manage templates button, where you can go inside of here and start adding your very own templates by clicking this blue plus button, which then you can start typing out whatever it is that you need to add here. Now, it's really important here to test different approaches by using Mailbutler's tracking feature to see which subject lines get the highest open rates. Remember that specificity will pretty much always outperform generic. Things like thoughts on your Q4 sustainability initiative will outperform things like quick introduction every time. Now that we have that figured out, let's construct the body of our cold email using a proven 3-part structure. We'll start with one sentence of context showing that you've done your homework. Something like, I noticed your recent LinkedIn post about blank. You can then use Mailbutler's contact feature to store these research notes. When viewing a contact, you can click Mailbutler's sidebar, select add note, and save specific details about the person or company. These notes will automatically appear when you email them again, and then you'll have the ability to add a value proposition. In the next 2 or 3 sentences, you need to explain how you help similar companies achieve specific outcomes. The best examples of these are real actual testimonials or reviews written by clients that you've already worked with. Don't use fake testimonials, always use real actual results that you've gotten for people. Once again, you can click the Mailbutler icon on the sidebar and then save this template. Once that's all done, you'll end with one clear call to action. Specifically, like, would you have 15 minutes next Tuesday to discuss about how we could help your expansion plan? This pretty much easily outlines what you're trying to do and how you're trying to help them, as well as actually where you're planning on meeting and actually asking for that sale. Another big benefit of Mailbutler is that you can use their send later feature to schedule this email for optimal timing, typically Tuesday through Thursday between 9 and 11 a.m. in the recipient's time zone. Now, the next big consideration with cold emailing is follow-up strategy. This is where most of your responses will actually come from, believe it or not. You can set up a systematic approach for this using Mailbutler's task feature, which basically, after sending your initial email, you can click the checkbox icon in Mailbutler's sidebar and create a follow-up task for 3 days later. When crafting your first follow-up, make sure you add new value rather than just checking in. Try forwarding your original email with a short addition like, I also wanted to share this relevant case study. For your second follow-up 7 days later, make sure to include things like social proof. We've recently helped blank company do blank result. You can create these follow-ups in Mailbutler so you can quickly customize them for each prospect and make them feel more custom. Also, you can use Mailbutler's tracking feature here to see if your emails are being opened in the first place. If someone has opened your email multiple times but hasn't responded, likely may be interested but a little bit hesitant. So customize your follow-up to address potential objections rather than just pushing for a meeting. Once you have all of this covered, you'll have the makings of a great cold email. But the real key here is really the actual consistency that you do this with. Cold email is not as simple as sending out one email for the day and thinking that that's how you're going to make your money. The truth is, you need to be consistent and on top of it every single day. You need to be well researched and understand what your prospects are actually looking for and the solutions that they need for the problems that they're facing. This will help you get more opens and get people to actually respond to your emails instead of just brushing them under the rug as just some other dude who wants to sell something to me. Also, just as a pro tip here, make sure you create content and have a personal brand or have a Googleable name that people actually understand and can Google you if you send something to them. Most of the time, they will do this. And if you don't have anything backing up what you're saying you're doing, especially if they're trying to look for you, it's not going to look as trustable and they're not going to want to work with you. So always make sure you're building your personal brand while also doing cold outreach. Other than that though, that is how you can use Mailbutler effectively in your cold email campaigns. If you guys have questions or ideas to add to this overall strategy, make sure to leave them down in the comments section. If you guys have any other suggestions, also leave those down in the comments section. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. And if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. Also, of course, please remember that those links down in the description are affiliate links and we do earn a financial compensation from them at no extra cost to you. So thank you in advance for your support and I'll see you guys in the next video.